Radhika Rajakale Kanaya Radhika Rani 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 Amara Braja ke rakavale Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Braja ke Kanaya Radhika Rani 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 Amara Nayano ke tare Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Nayano ke tare Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be saharo ke Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be saharo ke Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Braja ke rakavale Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Braja ke rakavale Kanaya Radhika Kanaya Radhika Rani Kanaya Radhika Rani Kanaya Radhika Rani Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Nayano ke tare Kanaya Radhika Rani Amara Nayano ke tare Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be saharo ke Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be saharo ke Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be saharo ke Kanaya Radhika Rani Saharo be Bolo Radha Rani ki jai Maharani ki jai Radha Radha Rani ki jai Maharani ki jai Radha Bolo Vaishane Vali ki jai 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 Bolo Vaishane Vali ki Bolo Vaishane Vali ki jai 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 Bolo Vaishane Vali ki jai jai Thakurani ki jai Hari Pyari ki jai Thakurani ki jai Hari Pyari ki jai बानो दुलाली की जय 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 बोलो वृषा बानो दुलाली की जय 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 बोलो गौरांगी की जय हेमांगी की जय गौरांगी की जय हेमांगी की जय गौरांगी की जय हेमांगी की जय गौरांगी की जय प्रजा राजा कुमारी की जय 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 प्रजा राजा कुमारी की जय प्रजा राजा कुमारी की जय 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 प्रजा प्रजा रानी की जय प्रजा देवी की जय राजा की जय प्रजा रानी की जय प्रजा देवी की जय प्रजा कहा बना वाली की जय 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 कहा बना वाली की जय कहा बना वाली की जय 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 कहा गिरिधारी की जय वनवारी की जय गिरिधारी की जय वहावारी गिरिधारी की जय वनवारी की जय बोलो कुंजा बिहारी की जय 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 बोलो कुंजा बिहारी की जय बोलो विनोद बिहारी जो की जय 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 बोलो बोलो रमन बिहारी जो की जय 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 बोलो रमन बिहारी की जय राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा रानी की जय राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा जय राधे 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 जय राधा रानी की जय 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 राधा रानी की जय 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 राधा रानी की जय 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 हरि जय हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय गौर हरि जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय गुरुदेव Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Gaura Hari, Sachidanand, Jai Gaura Hari, Jai Sachidanand, Jai Gaura Hari, Jai Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari, Jai Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Jai Gadadara Pranadana Gaura Hari, Gadadara Pranadana Gaura Hari, Jai Gadadara Pranadana Gaura Hari, Gadadara Pranadana Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, 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 Hari 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 Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari, Hari Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Jai Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Bhakti Vaibhava Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Hari 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 Hari
Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Ji ki jai, Radha Damodar Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Gokulananda Radha Raman Ji ki jai, Krishna Balaram Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Prishta Om Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Om Vishnupad Parivrajaka Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Prishta Om Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikrama Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj ki jai. Prishta Vishnupad Shrimad Gorgana Maharaj ki jai. Nila Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nila Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi Maha Mahotsava ki jai. Nila Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Kamal Govinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nila Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nila Prishta Vishnupad Astotra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. परम भागवत शिल गौर किशोर दास जी महाराज की जय। सप्तम गोस्वामी सच्चिदानंद शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौरीवेदांत आचार्य शिल बलदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय। शिल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद की जय। नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभुत्राय की जय। शिल कृष्णदास कवरेज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ शुद्ध गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। स्वरूप दामोदर रामानंदी श्री गुरु परिषद वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य शिव हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदी श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। नवद्वीप मंदो की जय। ब्रज मंदो की जय। क्षेत्र मंदो की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समग्र गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत नारायणीति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वैभव पूरी गोस्वामिनीति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने। नमो विष्णु नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने। आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय मबदिविच सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते। नित्यानंद नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंद प्रदायिने कलहो कल्मषनाशाय जन्मपतये नमः। अजनुलंबित भुजो कनकवदातो संकीर्तनाय कपितरो कमलायताक्षं विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो जुगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो कनकजलदगात्रो नीलशोणब्जनेत्रो मृगमदवरबालो मालतिकुन्दमालो Tarala Tarunavesha Nila Pitambaresha Smaranibrita Nikunje Radhika Krishna Chandra Tavaivasmi Najivamitvaya Vina Iti Vigya Radhe Tvam Naimam Charanantike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. First of all, my unlimited Dandavad Pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. Nitya Prishtam Vishnupada Astotra Sata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shiksha Gurudeva Swam Vishnupada Astotra Sata Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Shrimati Krishna Priyata Kurani all Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, especially today, on his holy appearance day, to Lotus feet Srimad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj. Also on his disappearance day, to Sri Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu. Also to dear devotees and friends in Chandrika Kunj. Sussex. Very, very happy to be with you again. So on this, and also to those who are watching us online or in recording. So appearance and disappearance days of Vaishnavas are true festivals for us, because when the sun comes, then all living entities rejoice. When the sun sets, all living entities are sad, but also anticipating the new day. So Vaishnavas never die, and Vaishnavas come in order to save us. A Vaishnava Guru is Drishya Bhagavan, the Lord who is seen, who cannot see Krishna right now with material eyes, cannot. Without the help of Ashraya Tattva, means the abode of prema, abode of love, we cannot understand spiritual science. So spiritual science comes from Sri Guru, through his merciful glance, through his Harikatha, through his narrations about Krishna. Sri Guru can give blessings in three ways. Hardika, Vachaka, Alognana. Hardika means by the heart. Vachaka means by the word. Alogdana by the glance. So we're very, very happy, initiated disciples. We have received the three. Hardika means mantra has been given, installed into the heart. Vachaka by the Harikatha. So be it, have Krishna Bhakti. Like our Gurudev, we remember, like touching the heads of children and have Krishna Bhakti like this. And Alokdan by the glance, only by the glance. So Vaishnavas are those very, very merciful, topmost merciful agents through whom Krishna Bhakti can come into the heart. So Krishna can give Krishna Prasada Jakripa. Krishna can give prasad, means mercy, personally, very, very rarely. When he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was very, very exclusive. Simultaneously Guru and Bhagavan. But when Bhakta Prasada Jakripa comes into the heart of a sadhaka, then it's a true, true festival. Bhakta Prasadaja means the prasad, the mercy received by a conditioned soul of this world through a devotee. So therefore, the role of the Guru is absolute. For us, it is absolute. For everyone, it is absolute. So dear friends, those who are new, we want to say, in this process, the main thing is to meet bona fide Guru in our life. That is the first step, meet. Shri Guru Padashraya means take shelter in the heart, then Diksha and Shiksha, formal initiation, so-called formal anyway, initiation by receiving mantra, then instructions, and then Vishrambena Guru Seva, then close, very, very close service to Sri Guru. he is giving instructions and we're following. So as a result, we get all the qualities of bhakti, and we're closer and closer and closer to spiritual realization and our spiritual body, our practical relationship with Krishna. So we're speaking a lot about Guru Tattva in London. You can see those recordings. But today we will speak about direct manifestation of Guru Tattva, the Guru principle of Sri Guru, in the hearts of our devotees. I'm very eager to hear you. I will speak not so long, but maybe at the end something will add. So, because Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Kamal Goswami Maharaj has come, they have come into your life. But Guru Tattva, the principle of Sri Guru, is very united phenomena through so many hearts. It's manifested. But also, we sang this morning also when we were offering flowers, our hearts like flowers to Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj. We sang that song Shri Guru Charana Padma also at the beginning. Yamunaji sang in the evening. So Shri Guru Charana Padma. And then Chakudan Dilaje Janme Janme Prabhu say. And Chakudan, you're giving me transcendental knowledge and you're my master lifetime upon lifetime. So we're asking our gurus, when does it happen? When does that particular personality come into our lives, lifetime after lifetime? So our merciful masters were answering, when you have nishta, means firm faith, and nishta means guru nishta, means firm faith into Guru first of all. You know, those people who are thinking, oh, I'll go to Krishna directly and in complete ignorance. This is not possible. That is actually a spiritual suicide if you reject the principle of Sri Guru. So you have to accept Sri Guru. Because when the mercy of Bhagavan, of the Supreme Lord, becomes very thick, then quality becomes quantity becomes quality, and it comes in the form of Ashraya Tattva, means the shelter of love, means Sri Guru, and Sri Guru takes you. That is the visible Lord. So he is my Lord. Janme Janme Prabhu, say Prabhu, he is Prabhu. Devotees are calling each other Prabhu also. That is very respectful. So the Lord is Prabhu, Sri Guru also Prabhu means master. He is my master, first of all. So Sri Guru is not different from Krishna. Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasad, yasya prasada nagati kutat. Bhagavat prasad, the mercy of Krishna, is not possible to obtain without the mercy of Sri Guru. If you obtain the mercy of Sri Guru, you have everything. And even if Krishna is, likes you, anyway, Krishna loves everyone. But if Krishna likes you, like especially for some reason, if Sri Guru is not satisfied, then Krishna will turn away. Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasad, yasya prasada nagati kutat. That's why we're dhyanstavam stantiya shastri sandhim. We're performing worship, we chant our Guru mantra, we perform everything we perform. We mold our life in such a way. Sri Guru is happy. When Sri Guru is happy with you, then you have everything. We're asking our gurus how to understand that Guru is happy with you. They were saying, oh, then you are happy. Then you are happy. Like, normally in material life, you're not happy. Like, some problem comes and you're trying to be happy artificially, it fails again. Those futile attempts. And when Sri Guru is happy, then you always, like, automatically you're happy without visible material reason, because the reason is non-material. And they're really happy. Your Guru is happy with you. So our devotees will share today their realizations, how they experienced the bliss of Guru Seva, because so much blessings came and so much impetus for Guru Seva came. And Sri Guru then became so happy and jubilant. Guru Seva. If you have Guru, you have jubilance, you're shining, and Sri Guru is happy with you then. So today we're glorifying the great devotee, disciple of Nityal Prishtam Shishimad Bhakti, Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, one of the junior disciples, but nevertheless, disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Shishimad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj. Some of you may not have seen him, but this is the great Acharya, the founder Acharya of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mission. how what his institution was called. So those of you who have visited Jagannath Puri remember his mat just next to Kundicha Mandir, or those who have been to Vrindavan, you remember his temple just in front of Sevakunj, in the very heart of Vrindavan. So Vaishnavas come into this world playing the role of ordinary humans to make themselves more available so that we can relate to them. They could not have done that, because what's the need? But for us, so that we can see that, oh, they're like us, or we have to become like them, especially. So they see. Also, they were playing as little children, or they were very thoughtful mostly. They were very, very different from the other mass of human beings, like in small bodies. So then they were growing. They may have studied different institutions, playing different games like football, and but the very significant feature, exclusive feature of them, was that they were always loving living entities so much. So formally, Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj, when he was young, he was very much interested in Ayurveda. But through Ayurveda, Yogamaya made it happen so that he came to his Gurudev. But everything we will tell in brief, chronologically, how it happened. So Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj came into this world in 1913, in January. And he was born in Odisha now, that state is called. So the area where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody knows, does everyone know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sri Chaitanya? No. Okay, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Golden Lord. You can see the deities above, the picture on the very top. Krishna is in the center, he's playing flute. On the left-hand side, from him, means that's a girl called Radhika. And on the right-hand side, from our side, this is left. That is Sri Chaitanya. So Sri Chaitanya is that Krishna who was performing the role of Radhika, his internal energy. But he was in the garb of a devotee, in the role of a devotee. So he's our initial teacher. And from him, many others came, his internal associates. So over the centuries, they were coming to save the conditioned souls. As we heard, without Guru, it's not possible to understand the spiritual reality and what to speak of going there. So he was born in a village called Falta, not far from Berhampur. His parents were called Srimati Devi and Sri Damodara. So he was the second son out of 4, and they gave him the name Nrisimha. Nrisimha is the incarnation of Krishna, half man, half lion, who is bestowing all protection to the devotees. So a very auspicious name. In India, general people, most of the time call their children names of God and Supreme Goddess Radhika. So he was studying in a college in Berhampur. But his parents were all initiated in Sri Sampradaya. They were Sri Vaishnavas, means the followers of Ramanujacharya. So the thick tilak, South Indian tradition, worship of Lakshmi Narayan. And they were having family guru. But Srila Puri Maharaj, whose name was Nrisimha at that time, he said, no, I'm not going to take family guru. I want to meet a real saint, a true saint. So he was waiting. And his character was very, very polite, noble, truthful, devoid of envy. So in the 30s, many young people in India, 20s, 30s, were members of Mahatma Gandhi's movement for liberation. So Srila Puri Maharaj, whose name was Nrisimha at the time, became the member of that movement. His character was very strong, and that also You can ask why. If he's eternally liberated person, why did he join that movement? Because he was loving so much, so that altruism actually had very spiritual roots. So he was the member of that Freedom Fighters Association. Then he developed some faith in Ayurveda so much, in the science, so much interest. And he found one famous Ayurvedic doctor called Sripat Madhusudan Sharma. So he was studying at his direction, but that Madhusudan Sharma was, by the will of Providence, a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. He was a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. So after giving some instructions to his student, Nrisimha, Srila Madhusudan Sharma was telling him more about Bhagavad Gita, about the Vedas, about Srimad Bhagavatam. And since these books were quite familiar to all in India, and especially Srila Puri Maharaj was interested also, he read all those books. So they were discussing the imports of Vedic scriptures. So then he found in his medical teacher's collection many magazines, like the Gaudiya. There was even a daily paper at the time in Gaudiya Mat, Dainik Nadia Prakash, daily paper. So why reading bad news every day? But to read good news. Dainik Nadia, Dainik means daily. Nadia Prakash means Nadia is the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. But to read very good news about Sri Chaitanya and his teachings. So they were discussing that on daily basis. Very good tradition. So the atmosphere was like a little temple, actually. So therefore, he was being taught how to treat material diseases and also spiritual diseases at once. A universal education, isn't it? So then finally, there was one mystical event, or series of events. So Pujapat Maharaj, Nrisimha as he was called, was approached by his parents, and since they were also religious, they were telling him, oh, you have to find your guru. You wanted to find your guru, so why don't you find? And he had a divine vision, therefore. Divine vision. He saw some voice told him that, oh, you should go to Mayapur, and in Mayapur, you'll meet your spiritual master. So then he revealed that vision and that voice to his medical teacher, it was actually his first guru, Vartma Pradarshaka Guru, it's called, the person who gives you light, gives you direction towards spiritual path. So Madhusudan Sharma took him to Mayapur, the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth, Sri Chaitanya's birth. So he knew even the name of his future guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was told. So he went to Mahaprabhu's birthplace, Mayapur, and he met his guru. As soon as he saw Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, immediately that very moment he understood that's my guru. That's how it happens. Deep within your heart, acting directly from heart to heart, beyond all mental and all the other layers, sensual, mental, etc. From heart to heart, eternal connection. Chakudan Dilajay, Janme Janme Prapusay. So he saw Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, surrendered to his lotus feet. The date was August the 3rd, 1936. Sadly, it was the last year of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's presence on earth. After that, very shortly, Srila Prabhupada departed. So that was on the New Year night, 1937. So Sri Madhusudan Sharma told about the very sad news to Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj, and Srila Puri Maharaj immediately fainted at the spot. So, the life left. And anyway, when he came back to external senses, he understood, I have to serve my guru now. It's very, how to say, well understood for us, those whose gurus are in a Prakriti Lila, in spiritual worlds right now. We can relate to that very much. So devotees have that type of test ahead to remember those years with Gurudev, and we can evaluate, we can understand now it's time for our homework. A good student is one who has homework very diligently, like probably home studies sometimes even more important, sometimes in some processes. So in this bhakti process, actually, if we mean homework by fulfilling the desires of Guru, fulfilling his instructions, we can say most important. So then Srila Maharaj, as he was a very good organizer, he started organizing temples, and he was helping his seniors, Srila Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Goswami, Srila Bhakti Vaibhava, Srila Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and others. So they saw him as a very talented devotee organizer. So in 1966, Srila Puri Maharaj received sannyas from Srila Bhakti Sarvasvagiri Maharaj, one of the senior disciples. Just before he left in 1967, Srila Bhakti Sarvasvagiri Maharaj gave him sannyas. So he left Kartik 67, Govardhan Puja day. But he gave him sannyas, Srila Puri Maharaj sannyas, 1966. So Srila Puri Maharaj's language was Oriya, native language. So he was preaching all over Orissa. He was preaching in Mayapur, in Bengali, because he knew very well also Bengali. Also, he was preaching in Hindi region, especially Vraj. He knew Hindi also. And he learned Telugu, the language of the southern provinces, like Madhya Pradesh and I think further down. And he opened more temples in Vishakhapatnam. And another temple was where Rai Ramananda Sambat took place. That is Rajmandri, yes. Some other name was mentioned. Anyway, so Srila Puri Maharaj also loved Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj so much. Prabhupada, the Acharya, the founder of ISKCON. So in 1973, Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada with some 10-15 disciples attended the opening ceremony of Vishakhapatnam temple. And as an answer, Srila Puri Maharaj decided to help Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. So when he was starting Krishna Chandradaya Mandir in ISKCON, in Mayapur, and Srila Puri Maharaj performed all ceremonies for that function. He climbed down into the, how to say, for installation of Sankarshan, right? Into the pit. So then, after the disappearance of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was inviting him, oh, please help me in the West to preach to devotees. But he was having so much responsibility in Gaudiya Math, so he could not leave. But then in 1997, in 1997, at the age of 82, I think he was already, or 84, he went to the West. In some countries, there was disastrous situation because of fall down of so-called gurus, bogus gurus. So first he went to Italy. In Italy, he really became the savior of the devotees, and so many devotees came to him. And he was traveling a lot. And in Europe, especially in Europe, traveled to America, went to Australia. In very advanced age, they were refusing to give him visa sometimes, but still he was going up to 2006, I think he was traveling. So I would like to tell some personal stories, but I think after I hear from you. So we cannot repay the debt to our Sri Gurus. It's not possible. The name for disciple is Kinkara. Kinkara means, coming from the word Kim Koro, how can I serve? So our Gurudev, when somebody tried to thank him, thank you, Srila Gurudev. You cannot thank Sri Guru. So you can also always ask how to serve. So like this. That's the only question actually a disciple should ask. And Srila Puri Maharaj was very strict to his disciples when they were trying to ask questions, he was not answering. He said, go serve. That's it. Only instruct. Go serve. Because too much curious, you know. If you're not serving, the questions have no value. Because for pariprana, what's that? Pradipatina pariprashnena sevaya. When you come to Sri Guru, you do three things. First of all, you surrender. If you don't surrender, you have no right to ask questions. So then you surrender, you serve, okay? Then you ask questions. Mercy. So, and then seva, then you can serve. Then you can serve. So like this. So I will relate my personal things at the very end. Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaja ki jai. Because I'm also very, very, how to say, I cannot really say thank you also. But if not for him, then I wouldn't have been whatever little progress by the Lord's grace could accomplish. So that was also by the grace of Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj at the very beginning. Great, great impetus. I would like to request Srimati Yamuna Didi to offer Puspanjali to her Gurudev. I will request to come closer because of the mic for broadcast. Here, just closer to me. Yeah. Take this and show him Puri Maharaj. Close. Temperature is okay. Yes, hold like this sometime. And bring him closer. Okay, Jamune, come. Here. Give me the camera. Okay, thank you. Take this. Attach. Yeah, that's good. Attach it closer. Sit a bit closer. It's negative. 1 meter. 1 meter. And not turn your face on the camera. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devim Krishna Priyam Vande Vrindavanam Nivasini Ananta Gunabhushtakoti Vatsalya Rupini Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Namine Gauravani Pracharaya Dridha Sankalpa Murtaye Krishna Shakti Swarupaya Shri Bhakti Pradayine Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jetam Surato Pangor Mama Mandamatir Gati Matsarvasya Padambojo Shri Radha Madanamo Shri Radha Lalita Madhavo Tavai Vasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vignaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanartike Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So I'm in a bit of an awkward position actually because I haven't got much to say. But thank you all for coming, really for making the pilgrimage. This is the biggest festival of the year for us in Sri Chandrika Kunj.
Just started.
And well, I really don't have much to say. I consider myself very blessed because I received the blessings of Srila Gurudev Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaja. So maybe I share a little bit how I met him first. I was just over 17 and I hitchhiked on a whim of an invitation to come to see some friends I met the year before at the Rainbow Gathering, to go and meet them in Vienna in a temple. And they said, Guru Maharaj will be there. And I said, oh, okay, I'll come. And then in my meditation group at that time, we were all discussing, oh, Guru Maharaj, what does that mean? Do you know what that means? And the leader of the meditation group, he said, oh, well, Guru is a teacher and Maharaj is a king. Maybe some king will come. Like this. And like this. And so I hitchhiked from my town to Vienna, which is about an hour journey. The early 2000s, we could hitchhike very nicely. There's no problems around that. And I arrived in this place. It's like a petrol station and a garage. I was so confused. Where am I supposed to go here? And the guys in the garage, they said, oh, it's upstairs. And really, there was this gate above the garage. So there was entrance on a side, and above the garage, you walk up there, and there was a temple. And it was like a very alien world to me because nothing looked like anything I knew before. And everyone was dressed strangely. And they were all sitting on the floor and bowing down and speaking very softly. And I remember I sat by the entrance door, and there was maybe 150 people there, maybe like this. And then this man came with a stick, and on either side of his was a person holding him up as he was walking. Very gently, just walking very slowly. And as he approached the doorway, which is where I was sitting, everyone in the room just gravitated towards the doorway. There was this energy pull towards him. And I just remember being completely astonished and so curious. Wow. This is You know, before, like some years before, I was reading about Srila Prabhupada and, you know, like some saints like this, and I was like, wow, like felt really big. He felt huge, but he was this like looking like frail man, no? Like it was like two people like helping him stand. And he entered the room, and in front of the altar, he shook off the people who were holding him and just full pranam on the floor, like fully obeisances. And then they were helping him to go up again. And I remember he spoke like a lion. Like he had this power, you know, this like roaring energy. But then at the same time, every time he would say the name of his Srila Gurudev or Gauranga or Krishna, every time he would say these names, you know, speaking of them, and his eyes would just water uncontrollably, so much that like he sometimes there's also a sob, even like he was so absorbed. And so I was really taken by him, and I'm just gonna cut it a little shorter, but I happened to be in a room when he was giving initiation some days after, and then I got invited to travel with Gurudev. And there were some like talks that maybe I should take Harinam, because some things happened, you know, that were just like other like senior devotees. They were like, oh, maybe like something is there for you, like, you know. And I know that like in my heart, I really was drawn. So I went to travel with them. We went to Croatia. And in Croatia, so this was like just about 2 weeks after I first met them, Gurudev gave me my name, Yamuna, and accepted me as his disciple. And I'm like leaving the details out, but what Maharaj was saying just then about how when you meet your guru, you know, like that is a hard thing. With me, it was to an extent that I didn't speak English, and what Gurudev was saying, I didn't know what he was saying, and I didn't know what the people were doing there. I didn't know anything, but my heart knew he was mine, and that whatever he was doing, it's mine too. And so without having any intellectual understanding of what was going on, I just like said, yes, I'll take Harinam, whatever that means, you know. And like looking retrospectively, I know that he saved my life. Yeah. And if I think of what I know that he taught me in these, you know, few months that I was with him, sorry, sentimentality. So I was really blessed, because after I took the Harinam, his sevak would always call for me. Every time there was anything to do with Gurudev's seva, he was always calling, where's Jamuna? Jamuna, Jamuna, Jamuna. And he was like always calling my name. And so because they were cooking like in big quantities for all the devotees, but he was cooking extra for just Gurudev, and it was usually like no salt, no oil, like very sattvic prasadam. And he was calling me always to clean the pots afterwards. I was cleaning Gurudev's pots, and then his bathroom, he would call me always to clean his bathroom. So like for about 1 month I was with them, and this was what I was doing. Just like being in classes that I couldn't understand what was going on, but starting chanting like this. And there are a few things that, even though I didn't speak English, just like stood with me, and I got to understand them. And then some things that got translated weirdly later as well, if that makes sense. Like just like years after, I would like have this like, oh, that's what Gurudev said. Like the words just came and translated. And so Maharaj asked me earlier, like what I would, if I could share what was like Gurudev's contribution to, you know, Mahaprabhu's line. And I don't know, I'm not qualified to say that. That's a very high question. I definitely can't say that and answer that question. But I can share what I received from Gurudev as like the one important thing that he has definitely not like that I know that he was highlighting. And coincidentally, that also the same shloka is in the entrance of our temple with Didi and Srila Gurudev Madhusudan Maharaj. And the sloka is Trinadapi Sunichena Taror Apisahishnuna Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. And it means that to be more humble than a tree, blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, and to never accept any sort of like praise for ourselves, but always give to others. That is the qualification to chant the holy names of Sri Hari. So that's like what I understood, or what I am sort of, I want to say that I understand it, but what it means to me is this is how I see Vaishnavas, and this is how I see Gurudev. This is that what he was like embodiment of this sloka. And my Gurudev Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj was also showing so much like he was embodiment of this sloka. And our Didi and our Gurudev Madhusudan Maharaj, they are like embodiment of this sloka, you know. And so this is like really, we are so fortunate that we can observe, you know, what it actually means to be Vaishnav and have this sloka that can guide us, because otherwise we could make all different kind of stories, but this sloka is like really making it tangible and making it like relatable and translatable, if that makes sense. And so I was thinking, like, how can I explain this sloka and why is it so important? And why is it the qualification of Vaishnavas? Well, earlier on we were singing the song Sharanagati, Svaparshada Sharanagati, and that means surrender. And this is actually, so being more tolerant than a tree, humbler than a blade of grass, never accepting any fame, always praising others. Like, this means we are accepting, we have faith. This means we have faith, actually. This means we are accepting that we are this little, and Sri Krishna, Sri Radha, that they are like everything, and that everything we have is thanks to them, and that it is the Lord who maintains us and who nourishes us, who nurtures us, and nothing else, and that everything that comes to us is a gift from God, because we need it so that we can evolve as spiritual beings. And so I think this is what we are like practicing. We are like trying to get to a stage like this in some ways, and it's not always easy, right? I'm in marriage ashram, so sometimes I fight. You know, I'm not just accepting things. But Vaishnavas, they are fully surrendered. They fully given up themselves. They have given everything, their whole life, and they are showing us by their example how to live this like this shloka, how to be embodiment of this shloka, how to be more tolerant than a tree, humbler than a blade of grass, and never accept any praise for ourselves. So I have taken too much of your time already, so I will keep it here, but I'll just urge you all. This is one thing Gurudev said: if sadhu comes to your village, you must run. You must run. Gurudev, like, really, he was roaring this as a lion. You must run! You must run! You know, this is because this is like a human life is so rare, and we are so fortunate that we are in this body and that we have come somehow or other like to this line, whether we are already in it or we are just coming to it or we just met people like this now. This is great fortune, and so we must run towards it, you know, because it's like a huge treasure that is waiting there by the lotus feet of these Vaishnavas. So we know that great Vaishnavas are residing in Krishna Balaram Mandir in Seva Kunj Vrindavan. So we must run there and take shelter. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha patana pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo.
Srila Gurudeva ki jai. Sim Prabhu. Let's glorify our Param Gurudev.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Kamalaya Gosinda Goswami Tinamine Prema Bhakti Pracharaya Paramananda Murtaye Shri Radhika Sevaga Swarupa Shakti Pradaine Namaha Namo Shrishtam Manuapi Sachiputram Atra Swarupam Rupam Tasya Grajam Urupurim Maturim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Mahoradhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurutam Natoshmi Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namaste Gurudevaya Sarva Siddhi Pradayine Sarva Mangala Rupaya Sarvananda Vidayine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gangeya Champeya Tadivinindi Rochi Prabaha Snapitatma Brinde Bandhu Kabandhu Dyuti Divyavasam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam. All glories to my Srila Gurudev, Bhakti Kamala Govinda Goswami Maharaj, all devotees, to my Param Gurudev, Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj, Sadhu Maharaj, coming back to his second home, Little Vrinda. Yeah. So, so before we glorify Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj, thank everybody for coming. Yeah, this is our big one. This is our Christmas and New Year's, everything together. Yeah. So one, and also before, If Yadu's watching, next time you need to be here, okay? Yadu always, every year, gives us very nice Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj Katha. He has spent some time, close time with him. Yeah. He's lucky one. Is he coming? Okay, cool. So, so this lineage, what we have here, it should be understood also that this is not practicing Veda as the modern day, in the way of the modern people. We have heard in Srimad Bhagavatam and in so many ancient shastras that the ancient human, the ancient man and people, this was a very advanced people. And we can see that is reflected in our current Vedic arts, which have survived to colonialism, has survived thousands of years. How advanced and sophisticated these Vedic arts are. So it is that person in that time who practiced a very sophisticated and very beautiful form of spirituality. And it is that spirituality that we practice in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. The Gaudiya Sampradaya is going all the way back to Krishna. But on the way, it's a Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, goes back to Krishna. But on the way, Mahaprabhu came into the line and injected it with pure sweetness, pure transcendental bliss. And so we have some special thing, we have some special nectar in this line. So we are very fortunate also to be in this line and to have this place, and we are only gatekeepers here. This is their home. We are just traveling with them. They are just taking us along. Yeah, we just wash the floors and make the food. So we have a long history of very powerful Mahatmas, Vaishnavas coming. Mahatma means great souls. Vaishnav means one who worships Vishnu, essentially. But I saw another definition in scripture. Vaishnav means one who cannot tolerate to worship Vishnu, but has to worship Krishna. Can only tolerate to worship Krishna. And the Brahmanas, they worship Vishnu. But the Vaishnavas, they cannot tolerate, they worship Krishna. Because the Vedic scriptures has explained that Krishna is the avatari, all Vishnus, all things come from him. He is eternal Vishnu. And Bhishma also said this to the Pandavas. That is the original Narayan. So many explanations are there, and it's hidden, but if you got the ear, you can catch it, So we have a long history of great, powerful Mahatmas coming to this line, and they have like magnifying glass, magnified what is there with their divine intelligence. And Puri Maharaj is no exception to this. He was a very great Vaishnav, and he was so powerful. So I didn't meet him, but I met many of his disciples, and many people met him and gathered some stories, So Puri Maharaj was he was very strict. My Gurudev also was his disciple, and he was his first disciple and very close to him. So he would tell me different things. Puri Maharaj was very strict, Yeah. And he wouldn't use rupees if they go, because they used to go and beg for anything. This is a traditional way of sadhu. You go door to door and you beg. If you get, you eat tonight. If you don't, and Krishna don't want you to eat. Yeah. So therefore, surrender. Yeah. You're living by this. So they used to beg, and they still beg actually. I went out begging with them one time, and they had one little 50cc moped, and me and this big 6-foot devotee is there, and they had they went to the market and they got huge supply. So they still do this today. This is Gaudiya Vaishnav, also the tradition. And at that time, Puri Maharaj was not so established, but they had one temple in Rajmundri where they lived. And Gurudev and him, they would live together and eat. And my Gurudev would be serving him. And they used to have to, if they would go to get rickshaw, my Gurudev said, "Oh, we'll get rickshaw." Puri Maharaj said, "No, that's Krishna's money. We not spend it on ourselves. We spend it on Krishna, So this was his mood. they would walk everywhere if they could, you know. So they was living many times in this temple, and this temple is on the bank of the Godavari, and many times also it's flooded, and it would come full of snakes, and then, you know, Gurudev would have to call people and try and get these snakes out of the temple. And this temple still there is still there now. And Puri Maharaj was he was very knowledgeable, but he was also very, like Maharaj said, if you can hear katha, but if you ask question, you'll most likely get chastised, you know. And he was so much would tell people, go and take prasad, if you came to the temple, go to take prasad, first. And he's giving blessings this way. And he would so many times give Harikatha. And when he gave Harikatha, then you will see his voice choking and eyes become watered and shaking. And there was some lucky devotee with a towel. He was catching the tears, you see. They would always have someone there ready with this cloth. Because Maharaj, when he would speak, he would become so absorbed, and he would be like seeing, like looking like there. And he was so like this. And even my my god uncle or something, his disciples, senior disciples, they would tell me, they first went to Vrindavan. They went into Chaitanya Mission, his temple in Vrindavan, and they saw him giving Harikatha. And they saw manifestation right there of all divine ecstasies in front of them. There is a number of these divine ecstasies. Sometimes devotees chanting can just get a slight, you know, little one hair go up or something. Yeah, you never know. But Puri Maharaj would be all hairs on end, everything. He's displaying all. And then these two devotees, my friends, they say, oh, this is what we have come to get, you know. So Maharaj was a pure representation. And even one time my Gurudev said, and he was very strong as well. He was like a lion, you know. They say Acharya is a lion. He's roaring his katha. And one time my Gurudev said, they went to a function by Ram Krishna Mission. It's like a aid workplace in India. Not really spiritual mission. It's more like they do yoga classes and fun hospitals, like this sort of thing. And they did one function, and they would usually invite one sadhu here, this one, that one, all different missions they would invite, yeah. And my Gurudev and Param Gurudev was there. And Gurudev, they're sort of standing around, and there's one guy, he's gone on the stage, and he started to talk about Srimad Bhagavatam. And for Vaishnavas, Srimad Bhagavatam is our everything. Yeah, we do not. This is the Grantaraj, the king of scriptures. Yeah, from which everything has come, and it is also the defining Vedic scripture that ties all other Vedic scriptures together. Without it, you cannot understand. So this person is on stage. He is saying, "Oh, Srimad Bhagavatam is it's just story. It's just a story tale book. It's for kids like this." And Gurudev said he saw Puri Maharaj go run like he called it like run fast like a snake, yeah. And he snatched the mic off the speaker, and he gave 1 hour Bhagavatam Katha right there. Bhagavatam is everything. You don't know, like this. He gave like this, you know. So Vaishnavas are like this, you know. They're so gentle and soft, yeah, but still Krishna is controlling them. If they need to be powerful, Krishna will just tell them, go and do this. So they have this protection nature of Krishna as well. They cannot hear this blasphemy. Yeah. So like this. And Puri Maharaj also, when in 2001, he went to New York. At that time, he demanded of his devotees, you must take me to the Twin Towers. And the devotees said, okay, why? Okay, we'll go. He wants to have sights, maybe like this. And he was chanting, and he got them doing kirtan all the way up. And when they got to the parking guy, he was saying, giving them problem. You know, you cannot park here, this, that, and the other. And Puri Maharaj snapped at me and said, why are you being like this? How long you think this will be here? Like that. Yeah. And so then after
2 weeks before.
like 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah, like 10 days, 8 days. So after they climb up to the top, and then all devotees are chanting, and Maharaj chanting on top of the towers, and then later come down, and then after they are, I think, in Mexico, and maybe 10 days later, towers come down. So Maharaj knew, and Vaishnavas know. Vaishnavas are not. They see. This is what you need to know about spiritual master. The fake spiritual master, he will act like spiritual master, yeah, and he will give big show, grow big beard, speak slow, and put on the show. But the real spiritual master, he'll try to act like a normal person, you see, and you'll say, how is he'll be confusing to you, and now 1 or 2 you'll get a glimpse, and if you are fortunate, spiritual master will open his heart to you, and you will realize, oh, I am here. And if you are even more fortunate, spiritual master will allow you to come closer, even not physically. It's not a physical thing. You can be with one person sitting right next to spiritual master, and you're all the way at the back of the room, but you are much closer to him than this person every day is close to him. So this is not physical. There's nothing physical in this situation. And so also Maharaj is was very Vaishnavas also, don't want to say like negative, but they're very crafty. They are very intelligent. Yeah. So one time, Madhusudana, and he was very close to Madhusudana Maharaj, very loved him very much. And one time, Maharaj came to his ashram. So our guru now, Madhusudana Maharaj, he went to Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj ashram, and he said, "Oh, Pandit Ji." He's talking to Maharaj. He's talking to Madhusudana Maharaj. He said, "Hey, Pandit Ji, speak some katha, speak some Bhagavatam." So he's speaking and going on and on and on. And they say, "Okay, cool, you come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, come back." So 7 days go, and he speaks like whole Bhagavatam. And then this became the new tradition, for his, and it was his birthday time. So he said, "Okay, every birthday you'll come and speak this." Yeah. So together and also Maharaj was very affectionate to Madhusudana Maharaj, and he said when like 3 years before he left this world, he stopped talking. This is also common for Vaishnavas; they will stop talking, but he was not talking to anybody. But if somebody came new to the temple, they will come and they will want to see this great sadhu. So they will come, and Puri Maharaj won't say, but he say to him, "You take him, take prasad, go." So he was still always like this. But when Madhusudana Maharaj came, he would speak. He would speak to him. So all devotees have been like jealous now. But it is like this is one great Vaishnava see another one, and so this is also there. And also one time, so Madhusudana Maharaj, and where we go to in Vrindavan, Didi and Madhusudana Maharaj, they're living together in this temple, yeah, and very beautiful temple actually. It's like a paradise in paradise. How possible? Yeah. You go in there, you think you're transported to a new dimension. You go in Vrindavan, you think you're in a new dimension. You go in Krishna Balaram, you think you're in an even newer dimension, So blissful and beautiful. And then, when they made the temple, so one time, Puri Maharaj, he said, "Oh, I want to go and visit." Yeah, so he said to his servant, "Take me there, visit." Yeah, and the servant not, "Okay, yes, we'll do tomorrow." Yeah, and every time, "Okay, yeah, we'll do tomorrow. And Vaishnav, they will get fed up and they will just take matters in their own hand. One time, all devotees are looking for the Gurudev, they cannot find him. Yeah, where is Gurudev? We don't know. All devotees going crazy. Yeah, the next thing, the Madhusudana Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj, he's walked down to Krishna Balaram himself, and he's gone. They're not far on the same road. He's walked down there, and he's gone in, and Didi and Maharaj accept him, Guru Puja, everything, and he's taking nice darshan and all this. Next thing, Madhusudan Maharaj, he's get a phone call, yeah, and it's Rajendananda, his sevak, yeah. He say, "Hey, have you seen our Gurudev?" And he says, "You don't know where your Gurudev is?" So then after they have big kirtan coming down the street, yeah, all they come like this. So Madhusudan Maharaj, Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj had so much affection for Madhusudan Maharaj and Didi, and he said, "How you manifest this place, to Didi?" He said, "Oh, you must be Lakshmi," like this. And so close, these Vaishnavas on this high level, they're so close. And he said to all his Western devotees, in the like Italian lot, yeah, he said, "Do you want to learn Shastra? Go to Madhusudan Maharaj." Yeah, he said like this to all us Westerners, like this. So many, amazing stories of Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaja there. Only I'm scratching the surface, but we can truly understand that he was a pure Vaishnav, yeah, which means what? Even Kapila said in Bhagavatam, pure Vaishnav, he sees Krishna directly, and he talks with him. And you think, what? How possible can talk? Not only talk, he jokes with him, he laughs with him, they have nice time. And if he wants to see this form, he will show him that form. Wants to see this form, he will show him this form. Kapila was very specific, So we understand it is not some mystical, like airy fairy thing. No, it is literal. They are in communion. Even Krishna said, "You want to know me? You have to go to my devotee, because he has seen the truth. He can show you too." Yeah. So anyway, Yaduba had so many nice stories, some more confidential than others, so I cannot say. But he did say one time they were going, they lost, again, Puri Maharaj became lost this is in Mexico. They lost him, and they're looking for him all around the village, and they say, so they said, "Wait, have you seen this old man?" This, and villagers are saying, "Oh yes, very nice man, he's gone this way." Yeah. So they're looking for him. They find him on a stone, lying, and he's crying. Yeah. And they say, "Don't worry, Gurudev, we have you, we find you, we are here." and Yadu was there for this. Yeah. He said, "I'm not crying because you are here. I'm crying because you came. Before, Ram and Sita was here talking nicely with me, and you come, and now they disappeared like this." Yeah. Another time he says he was in there was this river, very dry river, yeah, in Mexico, and they was so dry and dried up that they decided to make buildings on the river, yeah. And Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was there, and he said, "What happened to this river?" He said, "Oh, it's dried up, no giving life, no giving water." So he said, "Okay, I leave all my blessings here." Now the river, he said, is so full, they have to drain it, It completely came back. Oh. Yeah. But even the story, he controlled time, he took the time back 1 hour, he's also there. But even this thing is like, it's not magic. It's only playing with dirt, change something in the material world, playing with and you listen to Wilty, and also more about when his own mother-father situation. You'll be astonished. So you have to come for Saturday for that. I cannot say that one. But anyway, even these things, it's like playing in the sandpit. Just make one sand castle, change it into something else. It's nothing special, but the special thing is to change the motivation of a living entity. Yeah, this is the difference. When it is explained in Bhagavatam, the heart is like a lotus flower, but from millions of lives in this material world, it faces down, it faces material world, can only see. But it is the miracle of the spiritual master, he can reorientate it in the correct position. It has to face the sun. So in the same way, when they asked Prabhupada, Jesus walked on water, Jesus healed the sick, what is your miracle? He pointed at all his devotees, say, there they are. Before, when they came here, they were not like that. Now look at them. They're all clean and all lovely and chanting and have reorientated their life. Yeah. He said like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can see, if you look at the photos, even the old ISKCON days, you look at the photos, even look at the photos when even all the Vaishnavas, when they are walking, and you see the devotees are going on walk. This is one tradition. They will go on walk, little exercise and spend time. You will see how happy they are. Yeah, and you can see, even in ISKCON, they're so jumping, happy, dancing like this. People think, what is wrong with these people? But no, it's what is wrong with you. Yeah, you're not happy like that. Yeah, you need to get, yeah. So anyway, Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj. So me personally, I feel very fortunate to be here. And this is actually the Chandrika Kunj. And it's also, my Gurudev, he said, the vibe of Chandrika Kunj. So this is his Kunj. Yeah, but that is like secret name, no? But this is his Kunja. Yeah, and we are just caretakers. But he is here. No? He is here. My Gurudev is here. Didi Maharaj, they are here. Even Sadhu Maharaj, you can see he's here. I'm not lying. Yeah. So anyway, we. Yes. Yeah. So this is we don't have big operations going on, but it is just a place that people can go. The temple is like a shelter. There's a shelter for the people to come out from the material world here and experience spiritual world. So we are just here, just maintaining that for people. Yeah. So this is our position here, and I feel very fortunate, and Yamuna also feels very fortunate, and I am also fortunate to be with her. So thank you very much for coming. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kipasindhuvya vacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo. Jai.
Radha Mohan Prabhu, you want to say something? Oh, okay. So, yes, we hope we can hear from Yadavar Prabhu. I didn't know he knows so many stories glorifying.
He's our main event right now.
Oh, okay. So, Yadu, can you hear us? We're waiting for you. So, Asim Krishna Prabhu very wonderfully glorified. Yamuna Didi and Asim Krishna Prabhu very wonderfully glorified the Gurudev or Param Gurudev in each particular case. So Asim Prabhu said one very important thing, that Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was very benevolent, was very, very benevolent to Didi and Maharaj, and he is, we can say, one of the co-founders of Krishna Balaram Mandir. So Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj was direct. Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was calling the young Madhusudan Maharaj, Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj Pandiji. His name was Shyam Prabhu. And when Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj was coming to him, he was saying, "Oh, Pandiji." There was one period, Srila Puri Maharaj was not speaking to anyone, like boycotting everyone, because that's discipline, for disciples. You're not worthy to hear from me anymore. Serve. But when Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj Shyam Prabhu was coming, then, Pandiji was breaking his vow of silence. He started talking to him. Once, when Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj received his special mercy, when he was very, very young, at the age of 13, Pujapad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj organized first Bhagavad Saptaha for him, or at least one of the first, at a very, very, very early age. Pujapad Madhusudan Maharaj said they put an asana and invited people, but I haven't seen a mic in my life. Like, what is that? And how to deal with it? I was afraid. My knees were trembling. I, was very, very shy to start speaking. But then I started speaking, and it flowed like this. So we see he never opens the book when he speaks like this. So Pujapat Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was the witness, and his brahmacharis were first questioning Maharaj. Oh, like he was like 13, Oh, we heard that you can explain shlokas from Bhagavatam nicely. Can you explain this shloka? Maharaj explained. Oh, can you explain this? He explained. Oh, so that it started. Then it started, and then the nickname Panditji became valid. So then Sapta happened. So Pujapat Puri Maharaj was regularly coming with the now Nishkinchana Maharaj. So they were coming, and when the installation of the deities happened, Shri Radha Lalita Madhava, then Pujapat Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj came and did his puja, did his transcendental thing. So he was coming to them even to the very, very old age. At the end, he was not speaking. When he stopped preaching Torah, he's preaching Torahs. 2006, then at certain point he stopped speaking, and it said, his biography says, that his last words, at very last speech he gave, Harikatha, was Kirtaniya Sadahari, last words, Kirtaniya Sadahari, always chant the holy name. So that's the end of Trinada Pisunichana Shloka of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then after, he was not speaking, but he came to Krishna Balaram. He was coming to Krishna Balaram. I was not there yet, but one God brother was telling me he was there. And that was maybe 2007 or 8 already, when Maharaj was not so strong and not speaking much, and he was mostly in internal consciousness, but still he came. And then Didi Maharaj were giving him so much prasad, feeding him. And even he was not able to chew nicely, and they were putting into his mouth. And there was some papad, that crispy thing from gram flour. And that God brother noticed that some gram flour, some papad fell on the ground. So immediately Pujapat Madhusud Maharaj, like a dog, took immediately, Mahaprasad, immediately. I guess you noticed one thing. So that was the way, they were doing Guru Seva. And Pujapat Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was very, very happy to always visit them. So I had a great fortune in life. I saw him, and he was one of the first Mahabhagavats that I saw. Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. He was not speaking already, but Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj was speaking. And was speaking quite a lot. That was 1999, when I was still looking for Guru, studying at ISKCON, VH in Vrindavan. And then saw Gurudev, and then Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj went to Krishna Chaitanya Mission, his mat just in front of Sevakun, just in front. So I came to him and I wrote a letter in nice writing so that he can read. Wrote about my life, what I'm doing, etc., etc. And he read everything thoroughly, from the beginning till the end, very thoroughly. Maybe he spent 5 minutes just reading, or 3 minutes, but read everything from top to bottom. He looked at me and said, okay, you can come and hear from me, Chaitanya Bhagavat. And what do you do, what job? I was an English tutor, English before all these things. English teacher, English. So he couldn't hear nicely. His servant said, English teacher! Oh, okay. So come to me and you can... Yes, if I was, still marry, not to marry at that time. Well, you can marry. I said, like this. So my first impetus. At that time, I was like 30-something, 32 maybe. So then I started coming and hearing constantly from him, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So I remember some things he was saying about chanting. How many runs do you chant? 16, sir. 16, sir. Why only 16? 16. How many rounds do you chant? 16, sir. Why only 16? Like this. Only 16. he was inducing his disciples to chant 64. It was like, and then Muni Maharaj was still in white at that time, and like I noticed how, like he came somewhat late. I don't know why to that particular class. And when he came, then Pujapad Puri Maharaj, like he was making his disciple read Chaitanya Bhagavat, and then he was stopping sometimes and explaining. Chaitanya reading, then stopping, explaining. And then Muni Maharaj came, and he looked and, oh, you came, like this. Some special attention I could notice. And then, so I was also associating with this disciple, Madhumangal Prabhu. He became sannyasi later, and some others. So Madan Gopal Prabhu from New York were together, and studying, and he came to Srila Puri Maharaj then. I came to Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Narayan Goswami afterwards. So then I was hearing, and he spoke one time. While in Darshan, he was mentioning the names of the countries he visited. So he was saying, oh, I was in such and such, I was in Croatia, you know Croatia? Yeah. But I don't know, he mentioned one country, and he mentioned the name in Russian language, Gruzia, which means Georgia. I was in Gruzia, you know Gruzia. So maybe he meant, I don't know if he really visited Georgia. He did.
I don't know.
I also don't know. So probably either he mispronounced, I don't know. So maybe he meant Croatia, but he said Gruzia. Gruzia, or maybe it was Croatia. Yes, Croatia, yes. So I was thinking, yes, so I could come in Europe. And then another thing he said was, he said that to me, that, that time many devotees were preaching extensively, and it looked like propaganda, So he said, propaganda is not necessary, he told me. Propaganda is not necessary. You know propaganda? So yes, propaganda is not necessary, because people will come automatically. Start, you preach, like you mold your life in such a way, and you speak Harikatha, and so people will come themselves. Propaganda, not necessary. Because devotees at that time were engaging so much in propaganda unnecessarily. Propaganda for what? There was no need. So propaganda is not necessary. So then, then that was happening, just in front of Yogamaya temple also. I didn't know about Yogamaya, but it happened later that, I became the resident of Yogamaya temple. But Yogamaya was doing, just when you're deciding, how can I meet Sri Guru, and you pray, then Yogamaya is taking charge. And Yogamaya will lead you to Sri Guru, like this. So Yogamaya started tossing me around here, there, but my mind was going, it was like, how to say, very hardly describable process. Why and how, but anyway, I found myself at the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. And I heard from Gurudev, and it happened. I understood that is my Guru. So I came to Pujapad Puri Maharaj because I could not, just go, No, I had to explain everything. So I wrote another letter and gave him to read. And again, he wrote it from beginning till the end. Very, very end. And looked at me very sternly and said, why are you telling this me? The market of the holy name is open. You can go. The market of the holy name is open. Yeah, but Maharaj, you please. And he was like, not eager to give blessings first. But then, Maharaj, please, Maharaj, please, like this. Then you should do it. You should do it. So his blessing, I became very blissful and like an idiot, went immediately to Sevakunj, like this. It was like full of bliss, anyway, somehow. And then I remember how, when I already became a disciple of Pujapad Bhakti Vaibhava Narayan Goswami Srila Gurudev, I remember how Srila Puri Maharaj was coming by invitation of Srila Bhakti. I think 2001 he came. He was still strong, and he came and he spoke once in, I think it was Gopinath Bhavan already. Yes, Gopinath Bhavan was starting being built, I think, in those years, 2001, 2. So when 2001 or 2, Pujapat Puri Maharaj went to Gopinath Bhavan and he spoke. Gurudev was very respectful. And so we cannot really say thank you. The seva and unconditional surrender is the only means, are the only means to try to thank. So when Pujapat Puri Maharaj left this planet, it was a matter of great, great grief. Then I was already in sannyasi, just after taking sannyas. And we went to Puri with some sannyasis from Gurudev Sangha. So we went to the ceremony of the 11th day, and King of Puri came also. So I was looking at the Samadhi pit, like it was not building, obviously, at that moment. I was looking, I couldn't really believe. Like that was same feeling as like when Gurudev was put into Samadhi. Especially when they built that building, how to say, many discussions about it. So anyway, when I saw Gurudev's, what's known as his Samadhi, I couldn't take it, Like I couldn't take. I remember Gurudev as he was, in his human form and everything. And this, what is this? So in the same way, like, I cannot really believe, like, how? But devotee of such caliber is in Samadhi, so he is present there. You can establish a relationship with him in Samadhi, in trance. When you come there and you pray from the core of your heart, then you will be, by his grace, able to associate with him, able to receive his instructions from Samadhi. The more in the state of Samadhi you are at that moment, the more you will receive. But the way to Samadhi is seva. As Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada said, service now, Samadhi later. But you can pray, only pray for service. That's the only right and the only business of a disciple. Pray for service, that's it. If you have service, you're lucky. Because in our Krishna Balaram, some devotees who have some moods, of independence, etc. Our beloved guardians are giving discipline to them. They're betraying them of seva, taking seva from you. You cannot do. Because your mood is not there. So this land of bhakti, this, how to say, wonderful, wonderful land of bhakti is the land of moods. Our moods should be genuine. And if you're feeling your mood is not correct, then slap your mind, slap again, slap, beat with the shoe, with the boot, and whatever else. You slap and then beat with the boot, that's it. Otherwise, that instrument, if it's not engaged in seva, like devil's...
I do.
What's that? Devil's workshop. Workshop?
Idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yeah, it's devil's workshop. Yeah, that's it. Idle. The mind is traveling mind, exploring mind, so you have to go to Guru, at once go to Guru. If you have questions in life, don't sit alone, don't delay, go to Guru. At least by telephone, whatever, Call, write, email, whatever. Ask, and then you receive direction, and then follow. That's what Pujapat Puri Maharaj was meaning by his, ignoring his disciples and, those strict means. If Guru is strict, very good. It's discipline, he's training his disciples. They're seeing that that's real love, actually. If Guru doesn't punish the disciple, means doesn't take him very seriously. So, great, great fortune for us We're also chastised by our beloved masters, my Gurudev, and our guardians of Krishna Balaram. So we have to accept. That's great, great love. But also, Shri Guru can embrace you. Shri Guru can tell you, can thank you for your service, can do many, many things, can encourage you. Shri Guru can be very soft, like a rose. You know. We're not saying Pujapat Puri Maharaj was not soft. He was very soft, very loving. As a completely new person, you know, with long hair, I could experience that. I could experience. He was so soft and so loving. You know. Everybody could come. The Western devotees. He was one of those heroes who are preaching in the West. The West, you know. Especially when you spend some time in Vrindavan, you can see how wild these lands are. Very sophisticated, very polite, very this, but actually animal level, actually, or Rakshasa level, you know, no culture. But those great, great guardians, Vaishnavas, they have culture, they have everything, so they can give us, most significantly, they have prema, the goal of human life, prema, divine love. You know. So they, if we surrender to them, they will help us transform lust into love, because lust is just devouring us. But love will give us not only wings like demigods, no, will give us spiritual bodies and prema seva, bhava seva and prema seva will give everything. So today also, last thing I wanted to tell, today is also the disappearance day of Sri Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu, the great sevak, the great devotee, the servant of Srila Bhakti Saraswati Prabhupada, another great disciple, actually, god brother of Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj, senior god brother. I think one of his first disciples, great friend of our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. His name was Narahari, same as Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Maharaj in childhood, Nrisimha, so another name for Nrisimha is Narahari. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada gave him the title Seva Vigraha. Vigraha means personification, like a murti, like deity. And Seva means service, so personification of service. At every step, he was serving. He was not eager to speak much, rather to do. He was not an excellent speaker like of Harikathas, you know, Vaishnavas, most Vaishnavas, but he was a sevak. He was serving. Morning to evening he was serving. Never anyone saw him idle. He was like a mother to all devotees. In the morning he was waking them up, and in the evening he was putting them to bed, like this. And he was serving all day, like whatever server. Kitchen, okay, kitchen. Cleaning pots, going collecting donations. This, that. When was he chanting then? At night. At night, when he was putting everyone, like mother, to sleep, he was sitting and chanting all night. He was sleeping very little. But he was, you know, in order not to fall asleep, tying his sikha to the nail in the wall, so that not going to sleep like this. So Param Gurudev was very, very fond of his friend, and once together they went to see Srila Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj. Yes, that proves that he was one of the first disciples, because Srila Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj left this world in 1915, I think. Bhaktivinoda Thakur 14, Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj 15. So they went to see him. And he was, you know, Srila Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj locked himself in a toilet. It's a famous story, but so he locked himself in the toilet of some dharmashala, some type of pilgrimage hotel, cheap hotel. So he locked himself there, and you know the toilets at that time were not water toilets; they were just toilets, you know, traditional way. So, but he was sitting there because he preferred the stench of the bathroom toilet to the stench of materialistic talks of people. So, you know, the cleaning lady noticed him and, oh, Babaji Maharaj, please come out. No, I'm very sick. I cannot go out. Oh, Babaji Maharaj. Then she complained to the police constable. So police came and, oh, Babaji Maharaj, please come out. It's not proper for you to sit there. We'll construct a bhajan kutir for you. No, I'm weak. I cannot come out. I will sit there. So then finally Param Gurudev came with his aunties, and I think Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu was also there, if I'm not mistaken, but one of the, yes, when they were there. So, oh Babaji Maharaj, please open the door. No, no, I'm very, very sick, I cannot open the door. But we got the mercy of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Oh, he heard the name of his only disciple, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Immediately opened the door. And then he embraced Param Gurudev and said, oh, I'm removing all obstacles from your path. So that was another instance. So Srila Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu also helped Param Gurudev to transfer the samadhi of Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj from one side of Yamuna to the other side, Ganga to the other side. When there was a huge flood one time, the waters of the Ganga started washing off samadhi of Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. The situation was very, very critical. So then Param Gurudev, who was Kriti Ratna, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, together with Sevavigraha, the personification of service, Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu, took the transcendental body of Srila, remains of Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and transferred his samadhi into the mat, Sri Chaitanya mat, which is now where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada opened the first temple. So on Mayapur's, Mayapur side. So there, Srila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj is now presented. So also the great credit of Srila Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu. So we're learning how to serve from these great personalities. Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu. I'm very, very blessed today, very, very happy, really great thanks. I could not believe how sweet was Glorification from Yamunaji, from Asim Prabhu, about the divine gurus, Param Gurus. So you also in Chandrika Kunj exemplify their mood, their seva, their dedication. I'm very privileged to stay with you these days. Thank you very much for organizing these programs, and tomorrow is a rest day, but then there will be 4 programs. On Thursday there will be a program in the house of our dear new nephew and niece, Pran Krishna and Lavanya Mai. We're very pleased to visit you for the first time. And then there will be a program, public program at Fairwap. Already we visited that village hall in that village, and then 2 programs here in Chandrika Kunj at 4 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. Please invite all the devotees. I would really be eager to see everyone. Hey boys, Lavanya and Rasaraj and Yaduvar. Come on, Yadu. I'm missing you. Today we were missing you. Please come. Right. So, and all the others, good friends, old friends we haven't seen like 1.5 years, I think, a bit more. So, Nitilila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Astotra Sata Shishimad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi Mahotsava Ki Jai. Niprishta Om Vishnupad Shimad Narahari Sevavigraha Prabhu Ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Tirobhav Titi Mahotsava Ki Jai. Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Paramaraditam Guru Pad Padma Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol. So now we'll perform Guru Puja. Yes, so don't turn off your computers and smartphones. We will show you Guru Puja. Please stay with us. So what's the procedure? Yamunaji will come?
Yeah, she's
No, Asim will do
Asim, okay. Do Arati. You will sing? You want to sing? Sing. Shri Guru Charana or whatever. Okay, then you can take this mic. Okay, for the broadcast.
Just ready for us.
Asim can take this. And these. I think you should put it on this side. And then the conscious here.
Do the legs work on this?
Yeah.
Jamale, take mic. Touch. Okay, wanna play what? Kartals, Mridang.
So it's page 28.
Okay, stand up. Stand up, faithful people. For the puja with your servant of the Lord. Okay, where's my, okay, right. Well, so it's Kartals. Can you play? Kartals, no? Yeah. Yeah, come back here.
But then when you hold this, you should play karta.
Put the book here.
I will not see if I do that. Then I'll sit. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Banda Mohi Savadana Mate Jahara Prasade Bha Baba Kariya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoya Krishna Prapti Hoya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Koriya Aikya Arana Kori Homane Asha Shri Guru Sharane Rati Aise Samagati Je prasad pure sarva asha Je prasad pure sarva asha Chakshudana Dila Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Jai Jnana Hire Prakashita Bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinyasa jate Sudere gaya jahara charito Chiru charuna sindhu adhama janara bandhu Vakana kala kera jitana Aha Prabhu kara jaya jaha more pada jaya Aha Prabhu kara jaya jaha more pada jaya
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Jaya Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Jaya Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami, Bhakti Vaibhava. Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva. Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Parampara, Parampara. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharika Giridhare. About this water, okay? Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharika Giridhare, Radha Lalit Madhav Juki Jai, Radharaman Bihari, Radhavinod Bihari, Radhanan Bihari Juki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Juki Jai, Radha Damodar, Radha Shyama Sundar, Radha Gokulananda, Radharaman Juki Jai, Krishna Balaram Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Can you stand all together? Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Pramod Shrimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj Shubha Avirbhav Titi Mahamahotsava Ki Jai. Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Prishta Om Vishnu Pada Astutra Satya Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Parambhag Srila Gaur Kishore Das Bhaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Saptam Goswami Sachidananda Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Bhaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Paramaradhitam Guru Pad Padma Ki Jai. Shri Chandrika Kunja Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bo. Okay, thank you very much. And we'll announce the next broadcast, the last 4 broadcasts. Another one is day after tomorrow. Yes, it's the end of